so excited to be joined with my friend Hanna today, who is coming to us live from Idaho. She was in Florida, and I got to witness their traverse and the manifestation of that whole amazingness through our course. So Andy Kennedy, Inner Self Lightworks, thanks for watching. This is I think number 6 or 7 interview. And I'm so grateful for all of you to spend a little time with me to chat about the magic of this course of manifesting with synchronicity that we took last year. And gosh, girl, I remember when we even first got started, just how like excited we both were to go through this together. So I'll get to that, but just for those of you that are tuning in, maybe for the very first time, this manifesting with synchronicity is something that I have taught since 2013. I used to teach it in person here in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and now I teach it online and am launching that April 1st. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what that means to manifest with synchronicity, stick around, watch what we talk about, listen to what we talk about today. And then you can also sign up. The link in my post has a free webinar, 45-minute webinar on manifesting and what that's all about. And so we'll circle back to that, but I wanted to just open the floor to you again. Thank you, Hanna, for meeting me today on a Saturday. I just got off the mountain, so I'm not even like, but I thought, oh, it's so cool. Like we're both like rainbowy and your hair is much cooler than my hat, but my hat, someone made my hat for me. So it's cool. It's pretty cool. And it's got a bobble at the top of it. So when the first question that I've got is when did you take manifesting with synchronicity, which we know was last year, is the end of last year. But when you signed up, so think back to that version of yourself, right? Because we're always evolving. When you signed up for this course, what were you hoping to achieve?
So yeah, it was, I think like last September, if my brain is working right.
Yep.
But so right whenever I'd heard manifesting with synchronicities, like both of those words just stuck in my brain because they were words that I've heard before and thought I kind of had a grasp of, but wanted to learn more and wanted to figure out like, what does that mean? What does that look like in my own life? And so really I kind of hopped in with an open mind, but just wanting to learn more about what that looked like because I knew that we are powerful creatures and our minds can do a lot of things.
We are. And, manifesting is really just the function of our brain and our brain shifting out of the limited mindsets that, we've picked up along the way and shifting into that greater, broader thinking, that expansive mind. And so I love that you brought that up for sure. I think, if we're always evolving and we're always growing and we're always manifesting and creating our own reality, then we need to really focus on the mind. And so that's a big part of this with meditation and mindset and positivity and all of that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So takeaways, let's talk about takeaways. What were a couple of your biggest takeaways from this course? Maybe tools or practices that you're still incorporating today, and how were those helpful for you?
Definitely some of the meditations just that we did and that you shared with us, I have like saved in my little log and in a place that's easy to get to. But I think, gosh, one of my biggest takeaways was really truly seeing, and I kind of just said it, but how powerful our mind is, in the sense that for years I was stuck in this cycle of kind of like the same things happening of what I thought was going to happen. And then it stuck of like, oh my goodness, that's why. Like we have to change those thought processes and how our brain works and how we, what we think. And so having a group to do that within of other people that, you were all working on that together was really powerful, I think. And then just to get to hear each other's stories and, whenever I think it's so easy to say like, oh, that was just a coincidence. But when it's happening to those people and that person and this person and you and all the time, it's like, okay, cool. This is like, I feel like you really see the power behind it.
Oh, that's such a great takeaway, because a big part of what I do try and generate in this course is community. and that camaraderie of support and believing in each other and support, uplifting each other. But then I love that you said, you can dismiss it if it's you, but it's too hard to dismiss it if it's someone else, and seeing that repetition of a story or a experience or the synchronicities that come to us, so yeah, that is such a great takeaway for you. Where, this isn't, now I'm going to go off the cuff a little bit, but where else in your life do you feel like you've witnessed that you've been able to either duplicate that for yourself and community, right? Or, I think there are a couple of places that I think of, I know that, it's stronger, whatever the experience is stronger because you're going through it together. But there's not, for me, it's only a couple, I feel like, Yeah,
I feel like honestly, just even within our family, like learning to do that all together, like even we'll move from Florida to Idaho was very like all of us creating that picture and holding those intentions strong and, meditating on what it was going to look like. And I mean, we literally made it in 3 days, exactly like we wanted to, got on the road. I mean, it's a long drive and it's, it was in the winter and stuff. And so things could have gone certain ways, but we just, as a family, kind of held those pictures strong. And it was just cool to come together in that way.
Beautiful.
In other ways, from my dad buying the bowling alley here and that all perfectly as planned. And
oh my gosh. Okay, so that takes us into the next question of, what do you feel like this course has either helped you manifest, or the practices of this course have just continued to solidify a foundation for you, or build upon a foundation that you were already creating in a couple of the other things that I know you do, that really helped you manifest, whether it was the move or a big new purchase like a bowling alley, or what else?
Obviously, we have some fun, exciting things in the works too that really have been created and manifesting without us even seeing it. Like, it's fun whenever whenever the actions of your life just start happening and you realize like, oh my gosh, that's what I wanted. Like, that's what I've been thinking about. And this kind of just coincides with each other to where you're not even thinking about like manifesting the next thing. It just is happening. Like, it's just normal. And so that, I think seeing that transition has been really cool. At first it was like it felt like work, really. I mean, it felt like we had to like work to try to do these things. And now it's cool whenever you step into that. And I think, I mean, the class really helped us, or for me, that helped me a lot. But even with our kiddos, they like listen to everything with me. And so I've even seen Kylie kind of catch on to it. The class gave us more tools. Like, I feel like my brain has always kind of felt like I lived in a different world and, saw different things and heard different things and, was aware of different things. And so I'm thankful for the class of just giving me the tools to actually kind of guide those thoughts and actions.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the whole just concept of sometimes you don't even have to like create it, right? If you're in flow and you're in that state of it's all happening and you're excited and you're paying attention to the synchronicity and you're keeping your energy high and, eating clean and doing all the things that really help your mind and body stay on track and aware. Because it's all, if it's part of the mind, it's certainly part of our awareness that we continue to generate that flow and stay in that track of magic happening for us. Right. And so, yeah, such a great point of sometimes it feels like work when you're pushing, the Buddhists call that grasping. And, when we're in that state of flow, we're not grasping at all. Right.
Oh yeah. And it's been fun because it just rolls out. It just happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's not, it's effortless. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Effortless. Awesome. I will add that to our word bank for today. Pop that in the title, because it can be, I think a lot of people really do feel like oh, this is the grind and it's hard. And I don't know if I'm ever going to achieve my goals or whatever they are. And yet if you let all of that go, right. And like you said at the very beginning, focus on your mind and the positivity and the trust that whatever you're focused on intentionally can just, you be open to it. And, God, source, the universe, whatever you call that, divine creation energy sends it your way. And you just get to say yes. Right.
And that was like the biggest thing, like not thinking of all the what ifs and stuff, and like focusing on that end picture. Like, what do we want that? Whenever we move from Florida to Idaho, like, how do we want that to go? How is it going to feel when we get there? And like jumping ahead and feeling those emotions and feeling all of that, like, that's been fun too.
Yeah. It's play in a way, right? Mm-hmm. You're just playing with reality in a way. And that definitely drops the heaviness energy of it altogether. Perfect. I love all that. So the last question is, who would you recommend this to? And how would you recommend them? Just take the leap. I remember when you said yes, and you're like, I'm not even know what this really is. I'm getting, you were just, I'm in. And I love that about you, that you're a jumper, you don't let the doubt come in and you just say yes. And then the magic happens. So talk about that a little bit for me.
I feel like I would say definitely anyone that feels, whether it's like you felt like this your whole life or this is a new feeling, that you just feel like there's something more. Like there has to be more than going to work, paying the bills, coming home, going to sleep, waking up, doing it all over again. Or if you just have huge goals and dreams and you're like, but how? Because no one's ever shown me how. Like wherever you find yourself along there, like I just feel like this course would help you catapult into the next phase of your life. Like do things bigger than you could even imagine in your brain right now. And so I just feel like, gosh, especially if you're in a place, I think the biggest group of people that I would say, if you're in a place of like, I really, really, really want more. And I know like I have big desires and a bigger purpose for this world. I feel like I know so many people that are just givers. Like they have a huge purpose here. But they are stuck in that. Like, I feel like I just have to pay the bills and do this. And I don't know how else to do it. And when we're so enthralled in that system of the world, it can be hard to see out of it, especially, if we're in our 20s, our 30s, our 50s, our 60s, even, if we've been in it for a while, it can be hard and maybe even scary to think that like there's not a way. And there's a totally different way, and it's so fun.
I love that. Yeah, there is like you said, you can be entrenched in that reality and not even know that you are, right? Anchored into that blinders on, just grind through life. And, I think most people really know deep down that there is a better way, that there is something for them. And even the whole purpose thing, what is your life purpose? I really do think that this helps us. The vision that I got when you were first talking about what, like thinking bigger, like people don't even know how big they can think. I got the vision of a slingshot and how this course can like slingshot you into that world without having to, make all of that effort and everything. Oh, I love it. I see your kittles in the background. I can hear them in the background.
And I see that our little boy is like doing something to our neighbor's water.
Yeah, you're like, no, don't do that. That's awesome. Yeah, and thank you for taking again a moment or two out of life to on a Saturday, no less, to come and to do this with me, because I love hearing all of your perspectives. Every single one of you have given something different. The takeaways have all been different, but yet the foundation is you know, all the same, that there are tools, that we're not given those tools necessarily, and that this course really helps lay that track for you to really put some things into practice, some new habits, some new awareness, and dig into what that beautiful reality is that you want to create. So thank you, Hanna. For those of you that are still here watching with us, thank you for sticking through this, and hopefully you got something out of this interview and all of Hanna's great shares. And I just loved having her in class. It was when we were gathering, it was always seemed to be late in the evening for you, and your kiddos were always, you know, you were locking yourself in the closet to be part of it. And so when I see someone make a commitment like that to themselves to show up, the rest of the world shows up for you. So again, if you're watching this, it's no synchronicity. Jump in, start with the webinar, click there, and then take a look at this course, because we would love for you to experience some of these similar takeaways and get that foundation for manifesting the life of your dreams. And yeah, and create that big smile like Hanna has on her face too. So yeah, thank you, girl.
Thank you for everything. Seriously, I love you so much.
Yeah, I love you too. And I hope to get up there and see you guys very soon, or you drop down here and you bring those kiddos to Steamboat. Okay. Yay. There's one of them. Hi, Precious.
Hi.
Hi. What are you guys doing outside?
What are you doing outside? Playing with your bones and your sticks?
Yeah, playing with some stuff.
Crystals? Any crystals today?
I didn't find any outside.
No. What's your very favorite crystal?
Turquoise.
Oh, turquoise is one of my favorites too. Can you tell I like that color? Do I like the color turquoise? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I like turquoise too. Well, you guys continue to go out and have a good time. Enjoy the sunshine. Love you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.